to this Tarot de Marseille card reading for the next 2 weeks of 49 and 50, 2018, from December 3rd to December 16. Please remember that this is a general reading on the energies going on right now globally regarding politics, climate, etc., and inside of us as human beings and earth people living on this planet, and therefore it will not necessarily resonate with your personal life in details. If you would like a personal reading, feel free to contact me on my email. I do readings in both Danish and English. You can also find additional information on my readings on my YouTube channel, Her Language Astrology and Her Language Tarot, and of course on my website herlanguage.dk. Also, for more specific information about the meaning of each card of the Major Arcana deck and the 4 elements of the Minor Arcana deck, please go to my YouTube site for prior readings where I explain this thoroughly. I intend to keep my readings as short and precise as possible for you to enjoy their messages whenever a short break is needed in your everyday life routines. In general, the Tarot de Marseille cards are supposed to give us an idea of what the theme right now is about in our life. Highly intuitive work is required when dealing with these cards. But the cards should, however, be understood as the cycle of life, starting with the card number 0, which symbolizes us as human beings on our way out in life, on our life journey, symbolized by the cards number 1 to 21. When shuffling the cards for this week's reading, I was certain that I had the cards right, but somehow I had mixed a few Major Arcana cards with the Minor Arcana card deck. But as I've mentioned before, I am a strong believer of the universe reaching out to us in the oddest ways sometimes. And maybe, especially in times when we think that we have got our things absolutely right and feel 100% equipped to do our task. And as I do not believe in mistakes or faults, this is just the universe's way of shaking us up a bit to keep us awake, to ensure our further enlightenment. And additionally, I will say that maybe the universe finds that this mix of cards was the only way that more than just 3 Major Arcana cards could come through, which is the number that I usually draw, to make a certain point which only these extra Major Arcana cards could make for us. So, this means that during this reading you will see 2 Major Arcana cards where I normally would have drawn 2 Minor Arcana cards. Before we begin this week's reading, let me just say that I've had the word magic on my mind the last few days, and this was actually in relation to some quite fantastic experiences and smaller events happening in my life. So let's have that word in mind during the reading. And once again, we will connect to the star people to let us know how we're doing here on Earth. Now, let's turn to the reading for the next 2 weeks and see what the star people have for us through the card messages. The first card to show itself is card number 5, the High Priest, coming out upside down, which is telling us that we are not seeking the advices that we need and are vital to us. Precious knowledge. Like we are out of line in our behavior. Last week we drew this card too, but in the upside position, which was talking about us needing to look for advice, inspiration, and perhaps some relief from this sometimes hard work with the spirituality, at mediums, healers, and so on, what we conventionally call the alternative world. And with the Queen of Chalices coming in upside down, we are told that we are not being or feeling inspired enough to begin to rely on ourselves and our intuition, sensitivity, and spirituality. This is preventing us to become more mature in these fields, and especially in our feelings for sensing the existence of higher dimensions. To become more mature, we must look into our memories and past. Maybe going back to events in your childhood would bring back the memories of dreams that you might have had and simply just forgot about them. Daydreams and the dreams you've had during sleep. Dreams we quite often seem to forget as we grow up. Maybe there is knowledge there for us to lean on now by remembering. All this Six of Chalices is telling us about by showing itself as the last of the two minor arcana cards. Last week, when we also drew this card, we were talking about the need for seeking expert advices coming from people who work with the abstract realm, which absolutely could be implying that we have to do with what we perceive with our third eye, our pineal gland between our eyebrows, known as the sixth chakra. This card tells us that we might feel like turning to someone whom we trust, who is intelligent and on the same vibration as ourselves and our values. In connection to the high priest coming out upside down, it's telling us that we simply haven't done so yet. To find out how this will play out, we'll move on to the next major arcana card that came out, which was card number 16, the Tower, Exile. This speaks to us about courage, and I would add also a little bit of magic, to see our old life fall away, for some more drastically than perhaps for others. But remember that for everyone it comes in the exact pace that it should. No more, no less, no right, no wrong, only forward thinking. And with card number 10, the Wheel of Fortune, talking about alternation, we are told that we just don't see this old life falling away as a part of our natural cycle, our destiny. We don't yet understand that it will have advantages for us and that it will call for new and beneficial occasions, that all seem to happen just for me. It's kind of that feeling you'll get. Now, as the last card in relation to the Tower card, we have Six of Swords coming in, telling us about imprisonment and difficulty, which are the feelings that we'll have because it's a brand new and totally different experience in life than we're used to deal with, and so we might even feel that we're the only ones changing within our family, our group of friends, etc. That we seem to block out the possibilities it would create by letting our old life fall away actually causes us delay in our own spiritual development. So let's see what the last of the three major arcana cards has for us on this area. Here we find card number 7, the Chariot, Victory. Okay, so we must keep charging ahead, though we might feel a bit limited, because we are on the right path, the right track, still remembering that we develop spiritually when we automatically let go of our material lives or start having a more developed attitude towards owning things, having possessions. In connection to the Victory card, we have the King of Chalices entering upside down, talking about that we have not yet fully mastered becoming spiritual beings. We haven't reached the highest degree of matureness. This could also refer to some people walking around with dreams about becoming an author or artist in some way. You should start to listen to that and act on it. As long as we don't trust ourselves in the area of this newfound spirituality and sensitivity, we don't trust our fellow human beings in that area either. To find more on this, let's have a look at the next and last card. Another major arcana card has snuck in, and so here we find card number 6, the Lovers, drawing our attention to us having a choice to make. Will we accept the existence of multiple twin flames? Are we going to go with this or not? Accepting to connect with our inner twin or even twins? Finally, I would like to underline that the Major Arcana card number 16 coming out in this reading tells us that we are beginning a slow movement from living a conventional mindset towards a more liberated, free-minded, higher dimensional understanding of ourselves being on this planet. So, to sum up what these weeks are about for us in general, I looked at the bottom of each card deck, starting with the Major Arcana cards. And here we find card number 1, the Magician, upside down, which is showing us that we cannot seem to get the right magical mixture, how to put things together, to set things straight, and first of all, in our material lives, I would say. We just want to escape reality at this moment, acting a bit foolish, actually. Now, let's have a look at the bottom of the Minor Arcana card deck for more details on this. And here we find Two of Pentacles, which talks about instability on a material level and in our physical surroundings, the way we design our everyday life, the frames we create for it to happen. It is exactly in this area in particular that we should initiate the change in our life, because we have created this ourselves. And so we can also take charge over it and redirect or even eliminate some of it, if we wish to. That's how powerful we are. We are creators, and we need to start taking responsibility for that, instead of sneaking our way around it, thinking that someone out there or something godly out there will fix it for us. That is not why we have chosen to come here. To put a few words on the next 2 weeks, I shuffled my angel cards from the original angel card deck, written and drawn by Kathy Tyler and Joy Drake, and the card that came out when shuffling them was Brotherhood, which very clearly tells us that we are in this major change of humanity and of being together, and that we receive assistance from some other civilizations, if we wish so. Remembering that as we are creators, we too hold that flame of initiation. It must come from us, in respect for our own free will. So once again, go out there and be kind, gentle, and understanding in your approach to others. Many individuals are at this point in history struggling with the integration of the divine feminine energies in their minds and bodies. So if you are a light worker, please show your empathy, and not least that you are there to show them how to move ahead in life, trying to adjust the positive and constructive energies flowing more and more freely in the world. Step up the magic. We are, on a planet level, in a historical age of the world where dimensions open up. The love of the star people is all around us. I'm gonna leave it at that. Hope you have enjoyed the reading. Remember to listen to your body for signs that let you know that there is great love out there for all of us. We are not alone. Take care, spread your wings of compassion and empathy so that others can reach out to you for support on this fantastic life journey of ours. As always, thank you for watching and listening.